We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler, continuing our celebration of Athletic Training Month here in March. We're currently joined by Wheeling University Director of Athletic Training and Exercise Science, Dr. Melissa Bozovich. And Dr. Bozovich, first of all, thank you for joining us. Talk a little bit about National Athletic Training Month and kind of how it was created and what it's for.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Zach. I'm very thankful to be here. So Athletic Training Month is just a month for us to advocate for the profession of athletic training, to celebrate those who work within the field, and to promote the profession itself. So creating awareness for the community, celebrating things that students are doing in academic programs, and also what our professionals are doing out in the field every day.
And here at Wheeling, we have a lot of athletic training students who get to work hands-on with our team. Many of the athletes are in the program. Talk a little bit about some of the students we have and I guess some of the things they get to do.
Yeah, so it's really an exciting, it's a really exciting place to be, Wheeling is. And so the students, we actually have a group of 9 bachelor students, and they are not only students, but they're also athletes. So they're being able to juggle some time, but both within their personal sports, but also with their academics. So they've been in the situation of being an athlete, and so being on the other side of that kind of helps them to be able to care for their athletes a little bit more. So we have the 9 bachelor students. They will finish in May this year, so it's been a long road for them, but I'm really excited to see what it comes from for all of them in the future. And we also have our first master's program, so 3 students in the master's program. They will actually finish in December of this year. So 2025 is a great year, and lots of exciting things here at Wheeling. The education program was actually changed by our accreditors, the CATIE, the Commission on Accreditation of Athletic Training Education, and they are requiring a master's program now to be able to move forward toward your licensure. And that entails having to take the Board of Certification examination to become nationally certified as an athletic trainer. So the skills that our students are learning in the classroom and the things that they're seeing out on the field, that they're being able to put those skills into practice, will help to make them more proficient and autonomous clinicians here very soon. So
And you mentioned a bunch of veterans to the program who are getting to work with these sports. From the academic side, talk about kind of the growth you've seen from these professionals in the athletic training field and kind of how they've molded into who they are today.
Sure. So 4 years ago, for the bachelor students, I tell them this all the time. One of the very first classes that I had them for in their freshman year was a personal health class, and it was trying to get them to talk to each other was like pulling teeth. And fast forward 4 years now, I can't get them to stop talking to each other. They definitely have become a family. They definitely have each other's backs, and they're the biggest supporters of one another. They have grown in the sense of being, somewhat shy or reserved and not very confident in their abilities, to being able to put their skills to practice and become those confident individuals and practitioners. So it's really exciting to see how they have grown over the past 4 years. Master students, they're just about halfway through, so we've seen some growth in them as well. But the more experience that they get, the more hands-on, the more that they're in the field itself, the more confidence is going to build for all of them. So there's definitely a change that happens.
Currently joined by Wheeling University Director of Athletic Training and Exercise Science, Dr. Melissa Bozovich, as we celebrate National Athletic Trainers Month. And Dr. Bozovich, talking about these athletes who get to work with the team, they also get to work with some of our athletic trainers here on staff, like Christy Schoolcraft and some of the other ones who help out. Having that experience working with someone who's professionally into the field, how can that help them grow?
Absolutely. The being able to have a proficient supervisor within the clinical field is very important because you get the information from your instructors in the classroom every day, but you don't necessarily see them putting those things into practice. So working with the athletic trainers that are at Wheeling, Christy, Kate, Mike, Caitlin, they're all a different resource for our students to help to hone in their skills and to really get someone else's view on how the practice actually of athletic training actually is on a day-to-day. So I feel like the clinical education aspect of our program is very helpful to be able to build, relationships with your patients, relationships with other professionals, and to get a broader perspective of what it means to work in athletic training. The faculty are all certified athletic trainers, so they see that from an academic standpoint, but then being able to work with us in the field is also really rewarding.
And finally, for someone who may be looking into athletic training, what advice would you give them to get started and kind of join your little group?
Sure. So athletic training is a profession that is always changing. So I would recommend that they are very flexible and that they can adapt well very quickly to whatever the situation may be. But also we come into, I think most of us come into the field thinking, I'm going to work with this sports team at a college or a professional level. But they don't realize that there's so many more settings to work in and not just high school, college, and professional athletics. You can work in industry and work as a health professional within certain companies so that you are preventing injuries on the job, and you're helping to rehab patients to where they're getting back to work sooner. So you're that health mediator. You can work in performing arts, in the military, in hospitals, in outpatient physical therapy clinics. So there's so much that you can do. And so I would also tell students or those who are looking to get into athletic training to not be narrow-minded of this is exactly what I want to do, to embrace the other opportunities that could be set in front of you and to take advantage of every opportunity that there is.
Thanks, Dr. Bozovich. Happy National Athletics Trainers Month, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Zach. Have a great day.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.